The finale of Secret Invasion dropped this week, and so here are my thoughts on the show. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies and TV shows on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Secret Invasion over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out. Once this video is over, click that like button, and be sure to subscribe because it really helps a lot. And with that said, let's just get straight into it with the review. And this show, simply put, was just a major disappointment in the MCU, and after finishing up the finale, pretty much solidified that Disney and Marvel Studios has not yet cracked the code on how to properly produce and execute a TV show. And that is really frustrating, because what I mean by that is that most of these Disney Plus MCU TV shows feel much more like a full movie split up into 6 episodes or 9 episodes, and this show is no exception to that. And I don't know how that Disney could actually make a TV show that's just so disappointing, and they've been doing that since Phase 4 started, and that's frustrating because most of these Disney Plus shows start off with such great concepts. This one being about Nick Fury returning to Earth, and the Skrulls have already invaded Earth, and it's a secret invasion, as the title would suggest. That's a great concept for an MCU Disney Plus show, but it's just not executed properly. And that's really frustrating, because I was so excited for this show, and it's just not really good in it of itself. But there are some good things to say about it. I think the starting point of the show is actually really good. Like, the first few episodes, pretty good. The first episode started off strong, but then the show, as it progressed, got worse and worse, in my opinion, as it went along. So it starts off really good with the first episode, but as it progresses, I start to lose interest, up to the point where the finale just kind of goes off the rails with what it does. And especially with a 6-episode show, it's clearly not enough to tell the story that they're trying to tell. That's the case with most of these MCU Disney Plus shows. And I don't know why they keep making such disappointing shows. So, the first episode starts off pretty strong. The second episode is pretty good to me. Third episode, pretty good. Fourth episode, pretty good. Fifth episode, it's when I start to go like a mixed positive on the show, and then the last episode just kind of goes off the rails. In the finale, there's a fight sequence between 2 super powerful characters that has been done several times before in the MCU for like a boss fight. We've seen this type of thing before in the MCU, and this show decides to just go for that again. It's tough to know what actually went wrong with it, as it starts off as a more mature MCU show, probably made for older audiences, and it just ends up being like a boss fight at the very end. And while this show does give us a sense of urgency at the very beginning, I kind of lose interest in the villain as the show progresses. And so this show just it decides to aim for the bare minimum it can, as it has all these interesting ideas. You could do a lot with them, but it decides to go with just one layer of this very interesting stuff. It decides to just go for the bare minimum it can. And even as it is 6 episodes, most of these Disney Plus projects felt rushed in 6 episodes, and this show probably could be told in 6 episodes. The episodes themselves are just not long enough. And also, what I mean by that is that the first episode is like 50 something minutes long, nearly an hour long episode, and the last episode is literally just 25 minutes. It's not enough to sustain all this stuff happening in the show if you want to have twists, turns, and reveals all throughout it. And therefore, the show just, it felt rushed, as the plot, like every single week that a new episode dropped, I kind of lose more interest. And while the show does give us a sense of urgency, we need to stop this guy, the villain's actual plot and what he's trying to do in the show isn't particularly fully revealed until the last few seconds of the 5th episode. Of the 6 episodes, there's 6 episodes. Of the second to last episode, that's when the villain's plan is fully revealed. Therefore, throughout the show, we don't really get to know our villain, Gravik, that well. And so, even right after watching the finale, this is probably one of my least favorite MCU shows that they've put out. And and to keep it simple, like when you get to the finale, 2 powerful people are punching each other with like CGI arms and stuff like that, where you have Gravik, the main villain, versus like Emilia Clarke's character, and they're just so powerful. They look ridiculous as their arms start transforming and stuff. It just looks ridiculous. I don't know how Disney has been going downhill. The MCU has been going downhill ever since this multiverse saga started, and this show is one of my least favorite MCU shows, and so I don't recommend watching this show. And so there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Secret Invasion. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of it. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Click that like button, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.